Let's start the day. Harley's to do. That's much better. First things first. I gotta tell Mr. J my new joke. I also gotta make sure to get Bud and Lou a new chew toy. Also to have lunch with Poison Ivy. We're naughty. And what are we gonna do about that bee-man? Ha, take that, I'll show ya. And after all that's said and done, what's up, Hans family? Today's tutorial is going to be kind of a pop art, cel-shaded, grungy Harley Quinn, with her bat included. Basically, if Harley Quinn was in Borderlands, this is probably what she'd look like. All product details will be listed down below as usual, and let's get to it. Starting off with the bat, I looked for a wooden bat and I could not find one, so I had to go for a metal one with kind of a light handle like she has in the movie. I know that Fresh Blush, Erin Timoney, had to paint her bat for her Harley Quinn look as well. So I'm just starting off with a kind of beige toned paint. This is just acrylic paint. You could sand the bat beforehand, but I just went right for it. After a few layers, I decided to go in with pencil and just kind of map out where I wanted the letters and the design by the handle to be, and then just draw out the letters, looking at a reference picture. You don't have to have this perfect because our look is kind of grungy and messed up, so it's all good. Paint those in after you have the guides with a little bit of red. I used kind of a burgundy red. Again, looking at a reference picture. And then outline those in black. And if you mess up, it's all good because you can go back in with the beige paint and clean it up. Pretty much think of it as like concealer to clean up your messes on your eyebrows or some shit. She has this design right above the handle, so we're going to draw two red lines right above so. And then draw kind of an hourglass shape, basically two triangles on both sides. You want to do this on either side of the bat as well, and then just fill those in. Paint in a blue diamond, leaving a little bit of that wood color exposed between the red and blue. And just bring in a darker maroon color around the edges of that design we just made. For the actual cursive around her bat, you could totally look up exactly what it says, but I decided to kind of make it my own mantra, go with whatever I felt. So I did some fake cursive, and on the back, I just kind of went with whatever. I said, I like to eat waffles, Moo Moo's the best, cats are the cutest, and tacos over vatos por vida. Because for real, tacos over vatos for life. And there you have your awesome bat, ready to go. Onto the makeup, I used RCMA's foundation in one of their lightest shades. And I just want to buff this in downward motions all over my face. I love using flat top kabuki brushes for this. For the concealer, I'm using Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea in Fair. It's very light and watery. I really like it a lot. Just to conceal and highlight a little bit. And instead of buffing it downwards, I just kind of want to stipple it into the foundation. Make sure to set the makeup with a setting powder. And then we want to contour the face just a little bit. I'm using Makeup Geek's Breakup Contour Powder, which is a cool toned, very light contour. Fill in the eyebrows. I'm using this NYX pencil in brown. I was going to do her eyebrows in black, but they are brown, so I went with a very defined arch shape. Since we're doing pop art, we want everything to be really defined. Makeup Geek has this beautiful blue color called Neptune that's just my heart and soul, and so I'm using that on one side of my face. I want it to look kind of grungy, so I'm pulling the color downwards like tears, and then moving on to Sugar Pill's Love Plus, which is a red shadow. I'm using it very lightly. It's super pigmented, so you don't need to use a whole lot. I wanted the red side to be a little more intense. Use a black eyeshadow. This is Makeup Geek's Corrupt, and I want to bring that in as almost like a grungy liner and pulling that black downwards just a little bit. Do this on both sides, but again, I wanted to keep the pink side a little more grungy. Her lips are painted red as the devil's dick, so I'm using Red Rum, which is from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. You guys know I love these liquid lipsticks, they're the best. And to bring in the grunge effect, just pulling that down a little bit as well. I am using body paint for the next step, but I would definitely suggest using eyeliner if you are wearing this out, just because water-activated body paint will activate with water, so if you tear up a little bit or you get sweaty, it will run just the slightest bit. What I'm doing now is just starting to outline some of my shapes. I want to accentuate my cheekbones, under my jaw, around my face, because when you do pop art, you want everything to look 2D. So think of your skin as the base, and then you just want to use the black lines to bring out any features you may have. In order to bring some shading to the look, you want to use lines. In a lot of cell shading or in pop art, they use the use of cross-hatching or hatching to add where a shadow would be. So doing that under your cheekbones is our version of contouring. Make sure not to forget her cute little heart on her red side too. Time for the lips. I went with a complete pop art look for this with the white highlights and all, and in order to bring some of the grunge effect, add some more lines underneath, and I did actually do a full pop art lips tutorial for you guys, so you can click and watch that if you want to see this in detail. To bring the entire face together, I did decide to add more of that black eyeshadow very lightly with my brush. My brush is barely touching my skin, and I am pulling down a little bit of that paint as well. Using silver and gold mixed, I drew on her collar, and I went in for her shirt and jacket, using red on the shirt, maroon on one side of the arm, and then blue on the other side. These paints do take layering sometimes, so just put down your first layer, let it dry a little bit, and then go in for your second. I drew on the athletic looking collar, because this is kind of a Letterman looking jacket, and we want to add shading underneath that collar since it would be higher than the jacket itself. Also outline your neck and body too, so that it's a cohesive look. For the put-in itself on her collar, I wanted it to go with the entire look, so I did it pretty grungy, and I just decided to do the letters backwards, which really isn't hard to do, except when I got to the N. Then I got really confused, so I had to draw an N on my hand and copy it. Sometimes writing backwards is hard, man. Outline those a little thicker, and I pulled down lines with paint as well. Make sure to accentuate your features that you would have on your neck and chest too, and draw on some wrinkles for the jacket. Now for highlighting, I went in with a cream paint. This is from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics. And you want to highlight your features where you normally would highlight, and focus a little more on the blue side since that's the side we decided would have a little bit more of a light source. And then highlight on your jacket as well. Cell shading doesn't have the most perfect blended to perfection colors, so if you need a little inspiration, look up Borderlands characters. Add shadows in where the wrinkles are, and for the wig, I just used a blonde wig and painted with body paint the pink and blue, and then added in some black defining lines to bring the whole look together. And that is that, you guys. I hope you loved this grungy Harley Quinn. Please, if you recreate her, tag me so I can see, and if you do this for Halloween, let me know. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!